Welcome to your weekly global trade update, where we break down the biggest stories in global shipping and container demand. I'm Chloe Adams from Inside World Trade. This week, we're diving into two major developments driving container demand: Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 mega projects in Riyadh and progress in the ASEAN-India Free Trade Agreement. Let's break it down and explore how you can capitalize on these opportunities. First up, Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 is transforming Riyadh into a global hub with a $1 trillion investment fueling massive construction projects. Key initiatives like King Salman Park, spanning 16 square kilometers, include green spaces, cultural facilities, and residential units, driving imports of steel, cement, and modular construction materials. New Maraba, a 19 square kilometer downtown development, will deliver 104,000 residential units and nearly 1 million square meters of retail space, creating strong demand for construction materials and logistics equipment. And the Riyadh Metro Line 2 extension, with a contract worth up to $900 million awarded in July 2025, is ramping up imports of rail components, electronics, and heavy machinery. These projects rely on global supply chains, sourcing materials from Asia, Europe, and North America, and are pushing container demand, especially for 40-foot and high-cube containers, through ports like Jeddah and Dammam. Jeddah's role as a Red Sea trade gateway is seeing increased throughput, tightening container supply, and supporting leasing rates. With projects continuing through 2030, including Expo 2030 preparations, this demand is here to stay. How to benefit? Lease containers to shippers supplying construction materials on routes from Asia, like China and South Korea, or Europe to Saudi ports. Focus on high-cube containers for oversized equipment and secure long-term leasing contracts with construction firms involved in Vision 2030. For high-demand routes, engage with Scavo for project-specific data. Now, let's shift gears to the ASEAN-India Free Trade Agreement. In July 2025, negotiations to modernize this agreement took a big step forward, building on a 4% trade increase in 2024. This deal is set to reduce trade barriers, boosting containerized cargo for electronics, textiles, and agricultural goods. Intra-Asia trade is projected to hit 89.42 million TEUs in 2025, a 3.4% increase driven by this agreement. India's e-commerce boom is fueling demand for frequent, smaller shipments, particularly in high-cube and reefer containers for perishables. Ports like Singapore and Mumbai are seeing higher container throughput, tightening supply in these regional hubs. How to benefit? Lease high-cube and reefer containers to shippers on India, ASEAN routes, targeting hubs like Singapore and Mumbai. Allocate containers to intra-Asia trade lanes and consider investing in containers for India's growing e-commerce and agricultural exports, as this FTA could sustain demand into 2026. That's your market update for this week. Stay tuned to Inside World Trade for more insights to keep you ahead of the curve. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly updates. Until next time, stay informed and stay ahead.